Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Lissa and I am the owner and creator here at Handmade Soap and Shampoo Company, A Rather Good Lather. And today we're going to be making one of my sensitive line soaps, my sensitive skin I should say. I have a line for that. Basically that's going to include goat milk, pine tar, oatmeal, Dead Sea mud, calamine, which is what we're making today, a Bastille, not a Castile because that's just going to take way too long to cure out, at least 6 months, if not more, a charcoal, and an aloe vera. So I've already got pine tar, oatmeal, aloe vera. Those have been done. I need to restock on a lot of these things, the goat milk, the Dead Sea mud, oatmeal, the charcoal. I need to restock all that, but today we're going to be making calamine. So welcome to another episode of What's in Your Soap Pot Today. I already have everything, for the sake of time, already ready to go here. I've got my hard oils and my soft oils already. They're melted, weighed, measured, the whole thing, ready to go in here. In this container I've got my lye solution, but in my lye solution it is not just water. I didn't use any water today for my lye solution. I replaced 100% of my water with aloe vera juice because that's really good for sensitive skin. Inside of my lye solution, of course I've got my aloe, I've got my lye, but I've also got all of my clays. I've got rose clay, bentonite clay, kaolin clay, and colloidal oatmeal. All of those things are really, really good for sensitive skin. In this container, I've got calamine powder mixed in with a little bit of zinc oxide. Now, calamine powder is zinc oxide with a little bit of iron oxide mixed in to give you that slightly pink tinge. But I add a little bit more of the zinc oxide too. Even though it is already zinc oxide, I just add a little bit more on its own. So this is going to be mixed into the oil portion because it is not water soluble, as opposed to all the clays which are water soluble. So that's why I've mixed those the way that they are. The essential oils that I'm going to be using today are pine, Roman chamomile, copaiba, and lavender. So all of those synergistically are going to also help with sensitive skin. Now, all of those things being said, I'm going to tell you what oils that I used and why. Let me come over here to my computer. So I do have a little bit of beeswax in here. I have 2% of beeswax in my oils here. And the reason why I'm using beeswax is because it's a good source of vitamin A, which helps to improve hydration and also the shedding of dead skin cells. So that makes it an excellent ingredient for sensitive or dry skin. It also has anti-allergenic properties and it's easily tolerated. The next thing I have in here is coconut oil, which is a good choice for sensitive skin. I do not have it in a high amount because it could be irritating. I have it in a very low amount actually. But it is good for sensitive skin thanks to its soothing properties, and it can alleviate the temporary redness and irritation. It also helps to retain some moisture. Instead of my palm oil, which is what I usually use, my sustainable palm oil, today I've got palm kernel oil in my sensitive formula. So because it's gently cooling and emollient, it delivers moisture to dry, chapped skin, so that's a good option. Next, I've got shea butter, because that is really good for anti-inflammatory and emollient properties, making it excellent to help smooth flaky, red, irritated skin. And it also absorbs really quickly. Not that this is a leave-on product. It is not. This is a wash-off product, obviously, because it's soap. Next, I have jojoba oil. So again, anti-inflammatory properties, healing agents. It's very moisturizing and it's naturally antimicrobial. So the next thing I have is rice bran. It is also very good for sensitive skin and can be applied to sunburn, psoriasis, rashes, eczema, rosacea, you name it. It's really good for that. And it also helps to provide a nice creamy texture in your soap. And lastly, I've got castor oil. It has low comedogenic properties, which means it's unlikely. That doesn't mean it's impossible, but it's unlikely to clog your pores, reducing the risk of developing blackheads, which makes that an excellent usage for sensitive skin. So those are the oils that I have used in here, and I will today link this recipe down below for any of you. Saying all of that, I cannot claim anything about this soap other than it cleans. That's it. I can't tell people this is good for your rash or your bug bite or your eczema, your poison ivy, poison oak, seborrhea, psoriasis, eczema, dermatitis. I can't say any of that. I can educate my consumers about the oils that I used and why I used them, but all I can say about this soap is it cleans. That's it, you guys. That's the law. That being said, I've got all my safety measures in place. I don't need to go over it again. You guys know the drill. I have everything on that I'm supposed to have on. The glasses are going to be going on momentarily as soon as we get ready to put our lye solution in here. Before I even do that, I'm going to put my calamine powder and my zinc oxide. I'm going to put my glasses on. I'm going to put those dry powders into my oils because they are not water soluble. And I am going to sift them through here just to make sure I try to get most of the clumps from the powders out of here. So I'm going to sift that in. Now, you guys, I am really expecting for this to accelerate my trace quite a bit because I have a tremendous amount of powders. Let me get a spoon. That's going to make this a little bit easier for me to get in there. Oops. Okay. So yeah, I've got so many different clays in here. I've got the kaolin, the rose, the bentonite. I'm expecting this to accelerate trace because they do naturally. And now I've got like the mother load of clays in this one. The essential oil should be fine. With the exception of the lavender, but it's a very small amount of lavender, so I don't think that it should be that big of a problem. But all of the other ones should play very nicely together. The chamomile, copaiba, and the pine. Again, not a lot of each one of those, and of course I checked the safe usage rates on all of these with the manufacturer. Please always do that, you guys. Just don't think, oh hey, listen, I can take, I don't know, let's make a lotion with sweet orange oil and let's use that as 100% of our scent. Yeah, sweet orange oil isn't really a great thing to put directly on your skin. So anyways, my point being not to be judgmental about anything, but just, you know, do your research, check it out with the manufacturer, wherever you purchased it. All right, the powder, the zinc oxide, and the calamine powder is in. So we're going to blend that up. Pretty good. I don't really see any clumping going on. Maybe a little bit. There may be some floaters that come up to the top. There's a couple floaters. Let me keep going a little bit, you guys. That's a beautiful color, don't you think? Just on its own? I think it looks really nice. By the way, I'm not adding any other color. Whatever this imparts is how it's going to be. Just keep in mind, this is for sensitive skin. The less is more. Let's not add a whole bunch of stuff that really doesn't need to be in there. I don't need to color this. It's going to be pink. All right, I think that's mixed up enough, you guys. I am going to get my mold ready to go. It's right here in front of me. It's not too far away. Because I don't know how fast this is going to move because of all of the clays that I have. Let me just give this a little bit of a stir to incorporate everything. I have a whole bunch of clumping, and the last thing I'm going to do is add my scent. And hopefully everybody will play nice and I'll be able to get this into the mold without too many problems. Okay, you guys. Hold your breath. Here we go. Here goes the lye solution with the calamine, with all of my calamine powder and the oxide is already in here into my oils. Okay, so my lye solution. I've got my rose clay, kaolin clay, bentonite clay, and ground colloidal oatmeal. Here we go. Hold your breath. Not too bad as far as like little clumping bits on the bottom of my lye container here. Not bad at all. So that blended in quite nicely. Again, you guys, I replaced the water content with 100% aloe vera juice. Is definitely at emulsion. I am not seeing a separation of oil and aloe juice. Everybody is staying together and playing quite nicely. You can see some clumping here from the powders and the clays. That's fine. I don't have a problem with it. Lastly, we're going to get our essential oils into the pool. So far, everybody is playing nicely. That's a beautiful thing. Alright, let's see what happens here. Let's get our mold ready, just in case we need to hurry quick. Alright. This is really cooperating quite nicely, and I'm shocked, if I'm going to be honest. Because we all know what just kaolin clay on its own, what that does to our batches. It speeds up your trace. It absolutely does. It's a fact. So the fact that I have rose clay and kaolin clay and bentonite clay, I'm quite surprised that this is not thick and hard and everything else. I don't know. It's working out pretty well so far. And I'm not going to do anything to the top. This is just a straight pour. There will be no texturing of the top, no swirls, no layers, obviously no frosting, no nothing. Alright, you guys, this is... I'm going to keep going just because it's a little too thin for my taste. This is a very, very thin trace, you can see. Very thin. It's not leaving any trails. See how thin that is? So I'm going to keep going with the blending. Just because I don't want a false trace. Sometimes your clays can do that. You can get a false trace. And then you'll have separation later. So that's not cool. But so far, everybody's cooperating. Score! So again, the next that I have to do, I've got to restock my goat milk because I'm very, very low on that. My pine tar I'm still good with. I have to restock my oatmeal. Goat milk and oatmeal, definitely. I have to restock those for sure. Dead sea mud I'm okay with. Chamomile we're doing right now. So really all I have left to do is the Bastille, the charcoal, and the aloe. So I will be doing those today. Alright, now we're getting thicker, you guys. It's not, you know, right now still to me, this is at a light trace. But it's good enough to pour into the mold. I feel confident enough that it will not separate now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this into the mold, and that's as easy as this one is today, you guys. Honestly, I expected maybe a problem or two, but very happy that we didn't have any. Yay! Score! Score for the soap team. Alright, let's get you out of the way. Alright, you guys, let's bring our mold in. First, let me get this little drop of soap batter off the table so we don't accidentally put our hands in there. Okay, you guys, let's see. What's a good way for you guys to see? There you go. That seems pretty good. Alright, you guys, in we go. just a straight pour in. Couldn't be easier than this today. And you can see the ground oatmeal, definitely. This is going to be a very pretty soap as far as the color is concerned, just by itself, you know. All right, let's scrape, scrape, scrape. Alrighty, in we go. And then I'm just going to give this a little bit of a tap down on the floor just to try to maybe get some of the air bubbles out that may have been incorporated from the stick blender. Also to kind of flatten out the top a little bit, because I just want it to be a flat top, you know. We're not doing any type of design or texture, anything like that on the top. So I just really just want it to be nice and smooth. Okay, so that's good. Give me one moment, you guys. I'm just going to go and tap this down a little bit. Okay, that's good enough. All right, you guys. Let's see, let's put it this way so you can see. I'm trying to find the best angle. I guess there really isn't a good angle. If I zoomed out, there would be a better angle. Let's zoom out. Ooh, that's zooming in. All right, there you go. All right, obviously I'm not going to pick this up and put this into the camera because it's still very loose. As you can see, as I jiggle this, it's very, very loose. So what's the last thing that we're going to do, you guys? Rubbing alcohol on the top. Always. Sometimes I do still get soda ash once in a while, depending on, especially with essential oils, for sure, which is what this is. All right, that's as simple as it gets today, guys. Sensitive skin, Calamine soap, cold process soap, using 100% aloe vera juice as the water portion, and calamine powder, zinc oxide, rose clay, kaolin clay, bentonite clay, colloidal oatmeal, and then the essential oils that I used were the pine, Roman chamomile, copaiba, and lavender. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me to make another batch of soap, and there's going to be more to come, so stay tuned, like and subscribe, and until we meet again, be well, stay safe. We'll see you soon.